Hello and welcome back to our HIP Republic of Ireland campaign. In our last episode, we declared war on Oriel to take the coastal city of RD, which we did not on our own behalf, but on behalf of one of the other patricians in the Republic, the Lord Mayor here. But while we were fighting that war, we were attacked by de Huberth over here, the Queen of de Huberth, though it's actually a duchy. She wants to make us a tributary, so obviously we don't want to give her a big chunk of our income, so we're not going to allow her to do that. We've sieged her capital over here, but we haven't yet managed to engage her in battle. And this position that we're in here is kind of awkward because we don't want to attack her across the strait. But we might just be able to bait her into attacking us across the strait and into the hills here, which would be ideal. So let's see if we can do that. It's kind of complicated by the fact that we have Iceland's army over here. Not that I'm not grateful they're helping us out in this war, of course, but can't really predict what they're going to do here, so it might make it a bit difficult to get the correct number of troops for de Huberth to come across the strait. Let's see, we'll take about 2,000 out. Really could have achieved almost the same thing there by just splitting in half. So what I wanted to see here was whether Iceland's army would follow, so it looks like they're going to stay there. In which case we'll take maybe another 1,000 out of here. Again, splitting in half would have been exactly the same thing. But I'll just do it the slow way, because why not? Okay, so now Iceland wants to come with this army. Okay, so if we take that out, then Iceland will stay. The sword in my hand seems heavier and heavier every year. Okay, so at 64, we're starting to feel the effects of our age. Becoming worse at fighting. Still stressed, incidentally. Okay, so it looks like she is coming across. We have our best commanders in this army, so we're ready as we are ever going to be. And as soon as she arrives, we'll reinforce with the remainder of our troops, and we should have a pretty good battle. Or at least let's hope so. So she has the strait crossing and hills working against her. Also, we have better commanders, so that's good too. So now we just need to hold out for 13 days till our reinforcements arrive. But we're losing the right flank very quickly here, which is alarming. I guess we had very few troops there. I should have really paid attention to the composition, I suppose. But hopefully the remaining two flanks will be enough to hold out. 23rd, so I think we'll be okay here. And we've made it, though we now don't have a leader on the right. But it's not going to matter. That actually got us up to 84%. 75% for that battle. So I was going to take a white piece, but kind of seems silly now to not carry her to 100%, even if it's only 200 gold. The mood of her glory faction will be worsened. Okay, good to know. So I suppose to do this we'll go and siege more holdings down here, maybe? Although, since she seems to be heading northwards, maybe it's better for us to follow her and try to fight again. No, she was actually just coming around via here. Okay, we'll follow her army, try and fight second battle. And then maybe siege something if that's necessary. So we crossed a river into hills, but that isn't going to make a difference here. No, we got enough from that battle, so we can take our payoff and be happy with that. We gain prestige as well. And let's come back home. We should also disband our mercenaries if they didn't get disbanded there. Well, why would they get disbanded? We just ended the war. But we don't have to wait for them to get back inside our borders. So I guess we could consider declaring another offensive war if we want to. Ooh, Oriel was conquered actually by the Rirurach of Unail up here. So we should be able to attack them over Oriel immediately. Well, once we have our levies lowered. I need help with a delicate private matter I don't want the ambassador to take care of. There are those who think me undiplomatic and I fear they are right, and now I really need to be diplomatic or the woman blackmailing me might spread her lies, with me being unable to do anything about it. My diplomatic friend, could you please help me? Donald Dove. Please in my hour of need. So we can ask him for help, or we can not tell Donald Dove and possibly become stressed, which we already are, but why wouldn't we ask Donald for help? Alright, so we'll get our troops disbanded. Oh, we probably should have chased these raiders away, actually, while we were here. Let's re-raise some troops for that. We'll just get our domain troops, I suppose. Actually, that's not very many. We'll get a few more from over here. Actually, now that I think about it, it would have made more sense to declare the war and then raise the troops, because we're just going to have to disband and re-raise these. Anyway, Donald Dove asks us to join him for a gathering where we'll dine and drink, of course. We might even become unstressed in the process. We'll probably be at speed 4 here. So my prisoner is complaining about his dark cell. I think we'll just let him rot. We could transfer him to the oubliettes and give him a higher chance of dying. Could affect the outcome of the election. Yeah, he's 3rd in line. So, I don't think that makes much of a difference to anything. Without the help of Lord Mayor Donald Dove, I was unable to stop the extortionist spreading evil rumours about me. Now everyone thinks I really did that awful thing with the lunatic woman. Did I not ask her for help? Did I click the wrong thing? I don't think I did. Why the Blessed Virgin, why? So we lose prestige and there's a 15% chance of us becoming depressed as well as stressed. Which fortunately we avoided. Alright. So we'll try to seize Oriel. The council votes yes, unanimously, as it turns out. We will have Iceland helping us, and they'll have nobody. Just see if there's anybody they could potentially upgrade to an alliance. It looks like not. We should have a pretty easy time here. I guess we should check how many troops he actually has. Not that I think it'll be enough for us to worry about, but it doesn't hurt to make sure. So we'll just raise everything. And it looks like we're going to get the smaller armies up here and there safely, so no need to lower them or anything. So I think we'll probably just siege this. Actually, we could... No, we can't actually assault this just yet, though the garrison is a bit depleted. We have arrived at the private rooms of Lord Mayor Donald Dove. There's plenty of food and drink here, and the mood is decidedly merry. We are looking forward to this. Of course we are. And we're going to bring out the board in pieces and play to see who's the better strategist. Come on, let's do it. We won the game. Excellent. Good for us. Reveling and carousing is over for now. Time to get back to real life. Please take away my stress. Yes, we got it. Oh no, we got simultaneously apparently an event to gain it right back again. Well, with a 20% chance, so let's just hope that we don't get unlucky here. Oh no, right back again. If I'd known that one was hiding behind the other one, I could have probably done them in the other order. But anyway, I guess we're not in a worse position than where we started. There are rumors that certain tax collectors in my realm are disgustingly corrupt. So the last time we gained Diligent out of this... So we could take the risk of becoming arbitrary, which wouldn't be good, but I guess the extra diplomacy would be helpful. We'll do that. No arbitrary, sounds good. And we have a new pope. A real pope. So it looks like he's just gonna sit there and let us siege this. Oh, maybe not. He was just getting some boats raised, apparently. Put it down here. So is Iceland, though. Why would he use boats to come around here? He could just walk around me. Doesn't really make any sense. That's fine. We'll siege the one remaining holding here. We, of course, control the third one already. And then we'll go fight his army. I didn't appoint commanders here, which is definitely not the right way to go about things. But I think we'll be okay anyway. And I think we'll try and attack him in here again, which we will. Okay. Not quite worth enough to get us to 100. Though, actually, we should be getting ticking war score for controlling the war goal. So we can just wait a second here. In fact, we'll just go ahead and disband already. There it goes. So enforce demands. The mood of the prosperity faction is improved. That's good. And of course our Lord Mayor gains the province of Oriel. That's fine. So he now has 2 counties. I guess we need to reappoint him as Marshal. Or somebody else if we want to. Though it's probably in our interest to reappoint him since he's definitely a powerful vassal now that he has a second county. Alright, well we have basically the whole east coast here. It's pretty good, and we're 1 county closer towards creating the kingdom title. There's still more to go, of course. And the Duchy of Ulster, I think we have 2 out of 4 counties here. We are going to need to conquer 1 more somehow before we can usurp that. Or created, actually. I don't think it's created. But unfortunately, nobody in the Republic has built any trade posts on any of the other coastal counties, so we can't use the Republic CBs to seize them. We'll come up with some other way. I suppose we could start fabricating claims or something. Meanwhile, we'll get our martial training troops again. And we've gathered quite a lot of money since we haven't spent any for a while, so let's build some upgrades, I suppose. Maybe in our palace, mansion. I keep forgetting what this thing is called. So we can upgrade the palace to a grand palace, which increases levy size and tax income, as well as the trade post limit, of course, which is also worth doing, I think. Let's do that. 438 is not too much to ask. And I think we'll just build upgrades in some of our various cities. Probably toll booths. For even more tax income. Well, this one isn't ours, so we'll leave that one alone. We don't personally control... Well, we personally control this one. Okay, so we can build the toll booth here as well. Maybe that'll do for the moment. We'll keep about 1,000 gold on hand. We're experiencing a plague of pirates on our coasts. This is from the Jarl of Iceland, who has been kind enough to help us out. And there's a rumor that we're supporting them. Can you please put my mind at ease regarding this, for I assume that it is not true. Or is it? So we can reassure him that we're not supporting the pirates. I don't think we're supporting the pirates. Or we can say a strange accusation, he's up to something. We'll take the prestige hit and reassure him, I think. So he'll be coming of age pretty soon. Our daughter is younger though, so they won't be getting married for a while. Uh-oh, my body may be sapless and infirm, but my mind is as healthy as ever. We gain the trait infirm, which is -1 to health. Goes along with our -1 from stressed. So we might die nearly, or in the near future. So our kinswoman needs to be educated. She's curious, brooding, and haughty. I guess that means diplomacy is the best choice for her. Alright. And becoming infirm has put us over our domain limit as well. So let's see, we do have, I think, a castle in here that we could give away to somebody since it's not as good as holding a city. You can see we get a lot less income from it, for example, though more levy, so maybe it could be worth holding for that reason. But yeah, I think we'll just give this away. We could hold on to it under the assumption that we'll probably die soon and our heir will have better stewardship. Which he does, not by a whole lot. I think we'll give it away. Let's create a random new vassal in there. So, do we want to keep Donal as our heir? We could switch our designated heir to somebody else a bit younger, perhaps. Now that it seems likely that we're going to be playing as him soon. You're not particularly good either. I think we'll just keep it for the moment. Arranged marriage from Queen Helga the Wise of the Isles. She's fighting Scotland at the moment for 2 counties, it looks like. Oh, she has claims on 2 counties, I see. And she is winning, actually. She wants to marry, I assume, some relative of hers, her son, to my granddaughter. I think we'll allow that. Maybe she wants us to help her out against Scotland. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm not going to offer her an alliance, though. We'll see if she comes to us with one. Our granddaughter needs a focus. Let's get her thrift, I think. Let's see, Scotland has about 4,000 troops and she has 3.6, so it's a pretty close contest there, though it looks like she's sieged a lot of the Scottish land. She has been sieged here and is under siege there, though. Looks like she's sieging over here. Interesting. I am at a port in my realm to discuss matters with some local merchants. While we take a break, I notice some seabirds, petrels they're called, and walk towards them curious. Suddenly, the sailors warn me not to near the bird. Accidentally touching it might bring bad luck. We can touch it and lose the trait zealous and maybe become cynical. We can keep our distance and gain some piety. I think we'll just gain the piety. Alright, well, let's leave this episode here for now. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.